Servus YouTube. So today I'm going to talk about the first episode of the second season of the originals, which is called Rebirth. Yeah, so first of all, a little warning. I haven't watched the second half of the first season of the originals because I was just really pissed after the storyline between Klaus and Marcel has been solved so soon, and after Davina was killed, because it was like my favorite storyline, so I just kind of ditched the show. But after watching the season finale to be able to understand what exactly happened and to film today's episode, I'm totally going to watch the second half because I just really want to know what's happened right now. Yes. So here we go. The episode was called Rebirth, and at the beginning we see Rebecca, who's with Hope and who kind of cradles her. It's really cute. And she tells her a fairy tale.
Once upon a time, there was a majestic king who lived with his noble brother in a colourful kingdom where music and art were celebrated. The king did not foresee having a child, but he lived in an enchanted land where all things were possible. In time, he was blessed with a beautiful baby daughter for whom he wished only peace and happiness. Still, the king had demons who pursued him. There was a ruthless beast who wanted to take the kingdom for her own. Armed with a pack of untamed creatures, she drove the other magical beings from the land. And there was a wicked sorceress with enchanted stones that weakened the king on every full moon. Seeing the shadow his enemies cast upon his home, the king was driven to send his beloved princess away, convincing all who remained that she was forever lost. The king, in his sorrow, turned away from the world. The castle closed its doors, and the kingdom fell. Some say that the only light that shines in the castle illuminates the shadow of the once mighty king in the room meant for his child. But as the ruthless beasts took rule over the fallen king's realm, little did they know that he and his brother would not rest until their enemies were vanquished. For they believed that one day they would heal their kingdom and bring their princess home, so that she might live happily ever after.
Yeah, so we have like different parts in this episode. First of all, there's Nicholas and Haley, obviously. They totally mourn the loss of their little daughter, Hope. The name is so cliche, but it kind of suits her under the given circumstances. And yes, they totally mourn her loss, which is completely understandable. Yes, and they're both not able to deal with the pain they're going through right now. Like, Haley transitions into a wolf and she transitions back. It was down in the bayou, and she obviously is not able to bear the pain. And Klaus isn't able to as well, like we see, because he's just itching to kill something. And oh my gosh, that's totally the Klaus I fell in love with while watching TVD. Yes, and then Team Nicholas teams up with Team Marcel, and they all plot a scheme against the wolves, which is totally cool, and then they slaughtered them. I loved it. I really loved it. For example, the scenes in which they like took their rings off and you could see how Klaus is regaining his strength. The scene in which he killed those two guys with the paintbrushes and then used their blood to paint the picture. It was just so freaking hot. I'm so sorry. I shouldn't feel like this, but it just was okay. Yes, and after they killed the wolves and like minimized the number of them in the French Quarter, the vampires may be able to return to it and to take it over again, which would be really cool, because I loved the full time with the vampires in the French Quarter and Marcel ruling over them. It was so awesome, and then it just all went to hell. Yes, but I totally love how Marcel said that this is like his main goal, that he only fights because he wants to regain his home, and this is so cool. Like, this man knows what he's fighting for, and I think it's really cool that he wants his home back, and it's just so totally classy. You totally see that Marcel is kind of his adopted son, and that he totally inherited his values. And then there's the thing with Marcel and Camille, and how she left him because she wants to help humans with their problems and she's not able to while being in the supernatural mass with him. I totally understand it, but I don't think that she can blame him for being in the supernatural mass, because she kind of got into it by herself and by not backing off when she was told to. So leaving Marcel to be able to lead a human life wasn't the smartest step in my opinion. And then there was the Dina, who helped this vampire Joe when the wolves synced up on him. And yes, she keeps Michael as her pet. Michael, who has the white oak stake. And I just love that the other Michelsons, aka Esther, Cole, oh my god, I'm so excited about the Cole part right now, and Finn don't seem to know that he's here. At least I didn't get any hint that they knew. And then Klaus has no idea, Elijah has no idea, Rebecca's far away, so she can't even have any idea. Michael just has the white oak stake Klaus is looking for, and oh my god, I can't wait to see the storyline unravel, because I think it has so much potential and it could be so good. I just hope that Julie Plec doesn't mess it up. Really, I don't want her to fuck it up. And then there's, yes, Esther, Finn and Cole, who are currently possessing strangers' bodies. I would love if they would get back into their like original bodies, because it would be so cool. I don't know, I just would totally like it. I think mainly because Nathaniel Bozolic would be back and I love him, but the simple part of Cole being back as a character, because Cole's character is just magnificently written. It's just so awesome. I'm so happy that he's finally back, because he's my favorite original beside Rebecca and sometimes Klaus when he isn't a whiny bitch, so I love it. And then there's Esther, and the fact that Esther is planning a family reunion because the first one during TVD went so well is just so funny to me. Like when she said yes and then our family is going to unite, I was like, oh yeah, because that went so good the first time you tried it, the first time when you tried to kill all your children. Yeah, that's the way to go, sweetheart. I can't wait to see how this is going to turn out. Like, I don't even know why Cole is going along with this. I mean, he's always been the independent, rebellious sibling, you could say. I mean, Finn always followed their mom, but Cole? And of course, there's still like favorite plotline of all time, like I've already seen in Vampire Diaries. There are love triangles. For once, there's a love triangle between Klaus, Haley, and Elijah. I kind of got used to the idea of Elijah, so I don't really mind them. But Claylee is a ship which I am never going to be able to like. I think that's mainly because I met Haley on TVD and she was a really dislikable character back there. And then there's also the fact that I'm a die-hard Claritard, meaning a Clarelight shipper, which probably affects my opinion just a teeny tiny bit. But I'm not going to hate on Claylee because if you ship it, you ship it, and I don't mind it. Like, why would I? And then there's the other love triangle between Cammy, Marcel, and Klaus. And I think it's just so silly, not exactly because of the Clemmy. Yes, I don't think that's the problem, or at least it isn't a problem for me, but I think it's just silly because Marcel and Camille so obviously belong together. Why would you even throw Klaus in the mix? It's just so silly. Just let them be together. I don't understand it. I just really hope that Julie Plec won't make this season about love triangles and that it really stays as dark and as mature as it is right now, because it's just really cool and I just kind of regained my spirit for watching the originals. I was just so pissed after episode 11 of season 1 that I stopped watching it and that I really want to pick it up again, and I just really hope that the writers don't mess it up for me, because that would be so sad. I just totally fell in love with the show right now. I think mainly because of Cole. That may be the thing which makes me watch it again, and probably the hot scene with Klaus painting with blood. I'm just a sucker for stuff like that. So that's basically it. So that's everything I gotta say. Love you guys. Bye!